I acquired this 1995 Honda CB1000 from my uncle-in-law. He bought it off the showroom floor, and then tragically he parked it in 2001 and it sat until I picked it up and brought it back to life this year. Getting it running was just the beginning. This bike needed so much work, so I decided to completely tear it down and build it back up, restoring or replacing all parts that were needed. In the latest episode, we finally got it off the lift and back onto its own two wheels. We got new tires, rear sprocket, fully rebuilt calipers, new pads, new fluids. We're this much closer to getting this bike back on the road for real. As you saw, we do ride this bike in this episode. We get a ton of work done, we get the bike road ready, and I can't wait to show you guys. So stay tuned. Cheers. If you guys aren't using one of these tools yet, the one-way valves for bleeding brakes will make your life so much easier. I'm telling you, man, go pick one up. This is a little trick I picked up for making a cheap painting booth for when you're doing your own garage rattle can painting. You just need PVC, you make a box out of it, and you cover it in paint tarp, and then you use a fan, and boom, you've got a paint booth for less than 50 bucks. The high heat VHT, I swear by it, man. All you gotta do is bake it on with like a heat gun or a heater, and it's actually scratch proof, like chemical resistant. I can't recommend the high heat VHT paint enough for any of your projects. Next on the list for getting this bike road ready is checking the valve clearance, because I don't know if that's ever been done. Also, if you're wondering why I'm using the compressed air, that's just to make sure I'm getting any sort of random debris that's on top of the valve cover out of there, because obviously you don't want that falling into your engine. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, and it helps the channel grow. Thanks. Okay, quick rant for anyone that's feeling overwhelmed about working on their own bikes and doing stuff that's a little more involved like this on your bike mechanically. I used to feel the same way. Dude, you just gotta jump into it. You learn as you go. You use the service manual. You use online resources. If I can figure it out, so can you. So just do it. You got this.
Turns back. Awesome.
Alright, and while we're waiting for the valve cover paint to dry, we're going to get the exhaust installed. Of course, we're putting new header gaskets in, and then once we run the bike for the first time, we'll be able to fully bake on the VHT paint onto the headers. I like to err on the side of caution, so anytime I'm taking stuff off, I'm always replacing the gaskets and crush washers. I know not everyone feels that way, but that's what I do, so that's usually what I recommend other people to do. It just saves you headaches in the future. Like, yeah, it usually works, but that one time it doesn't, then you got to take apart what you just put back together to replace the gasket you should have in the first place. we're moving on to the final parts of the build. We're assembling new parts and aftermarket parts, and for me this is one of the more exciting parts of the build because you really get to see your vision come to life.
Easy hack for getting your grips on, just use hairspray. It's like a lubricant at first, and then it gets all tacky and helps glue the grip down.
Okay, yeah, the pneumatic brake bleeder is definitely my new favorite tool. I got it like for 20 bucks, and it makes bleeding your brakes or your hydraulic clutch so much faster and easier. I know I promised finishing this build in this episode, but just the painting is taking so long. I had to do a little bit of modifying with the front fairing. So I promise you next episode, episode 4, this build will be done and you guys will get the final reveal. So stay tuned. I can't wait to show you guys. Cheers.